In this video, I'm going to be discussing how to solve proportions. And so in this video, it's really just going to be an introduction to what are proportions and a basic method of how to solve them. So first of all, a proportion is an equation that states that two ratios are equal. For example, I have here 7/8 equals m over 12. And this is used a lot in applications when we're comparing two things, or we want to scale something. So for example, if I know that I can get 300 songs for 1 gigabyte of memory, how much memory would it take for me to get 700 songs? Something like that. So use in applications when we're scaling from one thing to another. Now, how we like to solve a proportion is we use what's called cross products. Cross products are cross multiplying. So, for example, here I have A over B. Let me go ahead and write that out. So I've got A over B equals C over D, and we are cross multiplying. So here's how cross multiplying works. What we do, as always, I start with my brick wall. To cross multiply, what I do is I'm going to do A times D, so AD equals B times C, so BC. And that's how we do cross products. We basically just multiply across the diagonals, set them equal to each other, and then we're going to have to solve from there. So let's try a couple examples here. I want to solve these proportions. So let's start with the one on the left. So I'm going to come in here, draw my brick wall, because again I want to keep my work organized. And so I'm going to start 5 times x, so 5x equals 6 times 25, and that would be 150. So I started by cross multiplying. Now I'm going to go ahead and solve this using the old foldable steps. And so to do that, I divide by 5. I divide by 5. And so I get x equals 30. And so basically what I'm saying here is I'm saying that 5 over 6 equals 25 over 30. And that is a true statement. 5 over 6 does equal 25 over 30. If you think about it, basically, we're just multiplying the top and bottom by 5 to get 25 over 30. So let's try solving another proportion. So I'm going to draw my brick wall to keep myself organized. And let's cross multiply. So I start with m times 49. So 49m equals, then I multiply 7 times 35, which is 245. And solving, I need to undo this multiplication. I divide, and so I get m equals, divide it by 49, and we get 5. So m equals 5. And if I want to check it, let's think that through for a second. I've got 5 over 7 equals 35 over 49. Well, if we think about it again, if I multiply top and bottom by 7, I get equivalent fractions. 35 over 49 equals 35 over 49. So this answer works. What I'd like you to do, so I'd like you to pause this video and work out these two problems. Once you're done, get them checked off. So let's work through these two examples. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cross multiply, and I'm going to go ahead and draw my brick wall to stay organized. So I know I have 2 times n, so 2n equals 14 times 100, so 1400. Then I undo multiplication with division, so I get n equals 700. Let's try the next one. Again, I'm going to draw my brick wall, and do my cross multiplying. So 63 times p, that gives me 63p equals 42 times 9 would be 378. And I undo this multiplication with division. So I have p equals 6. And so there are my solutions. Now before I end, I want to do one word problem to kind of give an example of an application where this can be used. Now it's a very simple application, but it still makes my point. So Mike is trying, let's fix that. Mike is making cookies for the company picnic. Mike knows that it takes 3 cups of flour to make 40 cookies. If Mike has 12 cups of flour, how many cookies can he make? So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a proportion in order to solve this. So what I'm going to do when I set up a proportion is I'm going to set it up like so. I'm going to put matching units on the top and the bottom. So this will be cookies. This will be cookies. So I'm going to compare cups, cups, cookies, cookies. And so let's see. I know that 3 cups of flour makes 40 cookies. And while on the other side, I know I have 12 cups of flour, and I'm trying to figure out how many cookies I can make. So since I don't know the number of cookies, I'm going to make this an X. Now, so long as these match up, I'm okay. Cups, cups, cookies, cookies. I can set it up. Also make sure that we have the scenarios matching. So 3 cups goes with 40 cookies. 12 cups goes with we don't know cookies. So we'll figure that out. So this is my proportion. So I'm going to draw my brick wall and cross multiply. 3 times x, 3x, equals 12 times 40. Let's see, that would be 480. And finishing, divide by 3, divide by 3. And let's see, we get 160. So that means with 12 cups of flour, he can make 160 cookies. So that is just a brief tutorial on how to solve basic proportions and a very straightforward application.